Hey everyone, Saintsfan back again with another GTA 5 video, and today I'll be going over everything we know so far about the GTA Online Import-Export DLC. I'll be covering all of the leaks, rumors, and even official news from Rockstar in this video, so if you didn't have time or just missed out on the other videos I've already posted on all of this content, this video will be the all-in-one place for everything. And the only reason I'm actually making this video is because there's just a ton of information we know. This is one of the few DLCs where we almost know everything going into it without Rockstar telling us, officially at least, what's going to be in the DLC. We know all the vehicles, we even know how some of the mechanics are going to work with the import-export system, and we even know a bunch of the other items like clothing and masks that are going to be coming in this update as well. The only thing we don't know is the price. I don't think we will know that until the DLC comes out, or maybe until Rockstar give us an official trailer and an official fully detailed Newswire post, hopefully Thursday. But without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into the video. Now I'll start with the vehicles first, and I'll quickly run through them because later on today I'll actually be doing a live stream comparing these vehicles to their real life cars and what they could look like in GTA. I downloaded a bunch of modded cars, so we'll be taking a look at that, and I think it'll be pretty fun to just discuss all of the crazy vehicles. But starting with the regular ones first, we're going to be getting 11 of these. The first one is the NSLG 2, or whatever they decide to call it. It's going to be a sports car, and it's going to have a regular version and a Benny's custom version. Next up is the Pagani Tempesta. This one's going to be a supercar, and in that promo picture, this, I believe, was the blue car. I think I actually might have said that wrong in the video I did a few days ago, so to correct myself, the Tempesta, at least at the moment, the rumor is that it's the blue car in that promo picture. Moving along, the Progen Italia B. This is a supercar, but it also has a regular version and a Benny's custom version. We really don't know what this is based off of, but the guess at the moment is that it might be a mix between the Ferrari F58 Italia and the McLaren 650S. The third supercar is the Trafade Nero. This one's going to have a regular version and a Benny's custom version. This one everyone believes is going to be the Bugatti Chiron. Hope I'm saying that right. The fourth and final supercar in this DLC is going to be the Ocelot Penetrator. This one is not going to be a Benny's custom. So this one and the Tempesta are going to be the only two supercars on the Legendary Motorsports website. The other two are going to be on Benny's website. And to round out the list of regular cars, we have the MTL Wastelander, which is a sports vehicle. We have the Pagani FCR 1000, which is a motorcycle. That one has a regular and a Benny's custom version. Then we have the Pifster Comet Retro Custom, which is a sport vehicle, and it has a regular and Benny's custom. And then we have the Impante Ruiner, which is in the sport class, and it's different than the Ruiner 2000, which is the one that's $5.7 million and has guns and rocket launchers on it, which I'll talk about in a few seconds. And then I actually forgot one. There's also another bike called the Principe Diabolus, and this one, like the FCR 1000, has the regular and a Benny's custom version. Now for the special vehicles, this is where it gets a little crazy. So they'll all be usable in free mode after finishing their specific missions. At least that's from the rumor. That's from the Rockstar employee that was giving out information on 4chan. The cost for these vehicles will be between $1 million to $6 million. The Ruiner 2000, that car with the guns and rocket launchers and parachutes, is going to be $5.7 million. Another pretty cool feature that Rockstar employee mentioned was that there's going to be a hefty discount, about $1 million or so, for beating a special contact mission that uses the vehicle in question. So if you want to save some money, I guess wait for those special contact missions if that's how it works, and you get around $1 million off. And in my opinion, one of the most interesting aspects about this leak was that he said those special vehicle missions are like mini heists. So take that as you will. I don't know exactly. We'll have to wait and see. As for what the special vehicles are, we have the BF Ramp Buggy. You guys saw that in the promo picture. Then there's the Boxville, which is going to have a turret and the armored plating on it with a huge scoop in the front. He said nothing stops it when it gets moving. There's the Joe-built Phantom Wedge, which is going to have a big wedge on the front, and it's faster than hell and clears entire roads with no issue. The Ruiner 2000, which is going to have homing rockets, non-homing rockets, machine guns, a jumping ability, a parachute you can glide using, and he said you can even add performance mods to make it go pretty freaking fast. There's also the Blazer Aqua, which is an amphibious blazer, so you can go between land and water, and this one actually has dual machine guns attached to it. There's the Technical Aqua, which is an amphibious technical with the turret and everything. And then there's the Rocket Voltic, which has a rocket engine on the back. It's usable on ground and in mid-air. So if you're flying in a Hydra, you're flying in a plane, if you see a car flying, that might not be a modder. That might be a guy in the Rocket Voltic. So that's, again, going to be interesting to see. As for how these special vehicles will work, you're going to have your own storage in the bottom of the vehicle warehouse. They're going to have their own summon section in the vehicles menu, and they will count as personal vehicles if driven out of the underground garage. They can be modded with the generic vehicle stuff, paint jobs, performance mods, armor, etc. And they will have roughly a $30,000 insurance cost to anyone who destroys them. So don't destroy these things if you don't want to lose a lot of money. Now that's all the vehicles. Now getting into the steal and sell missions. So there's no cost to actually begin a mission. You have to be a CEO, but I would imagine most people already are CEOs, especially this past week. If you didn't have an office, they were half off. So it's a real easy way, really cheap way to become a CEO and to get the option to start these steal sell missions. The process of actually starting them is for you to go to your SecuroServe PC in your office. You open up the vehicle cargo tab and then you hit source car. You get the mission, you go find the car in the world, and then you bring it back to the warehouse. The car is now stored in the warehouse like special cargo, and then you can do more steal missions to get more cars, or you can use the laptop in the car warehouse to begin sell missions by choosing whatever cars or car you want to sell and then choosing the sell type. There's 3 different types of sell missions. There's a private buyer, which is straight up selling them for the commission gained on them, like as is. Then there's the car showroom, which has a slight upfront payment to mod them a bit to receive an increased payout on delivery. And then the third and final one is the specialist offer, which has a bigger upfront payment to mod the cars to receive the largest payoff. There's no reward this time for destroying cars that CEOs are stealing. You can either steal their cars from their missions and store them at your own warehouse, or if you're not a CEO or an MC, then you can take the car to a local cop shop or scrapyard and receive a payout instead. The warehouse itself can store 40 cars. I don't know if there's going to be multiple versions, like there's going to be a small, medium, and large, but at least according to the Rockstar employee, the warehouse will store 40 cars, plus your special vehicles as well. At least that's what it sounds like. Each steal mission is 1 car at a time, obviously, but the sell missions actually depend on how many associates you have. If you're the only one, you can only sell 1 car because you're the only driver. If you have up to 4 or up to 3 associates, then you could have 4 cars going out, you being in one of them. You're actually going to need a group of associates because there's these collections of cars. If you get lucky enough and collect a set of cars, you can then sell that collection for far more than a normal sell mission. But you do need a specific amount of associates for the collections, since there's going to be, 3 or potentially 4 in those collections. That just sounds like an upgraded version of this special crate system, which sounds pretty neat. That Rockstar employee also mentioned that there's no way to actually lose cars apart from during steals and sells. There's not going to be any raids on your warehouse. If you do damage the car when stealing them, you're going to have to pay the repair costs, so be careful when you're driving. And then each car sold while an associate is under the CEO adds $500 to the payment you get every so often, up to a maximum of $10,000. Next up, we have the CEO garage and personal vehicles. As you saw in the picture, and from what Rockstar mentioned on the newswire, we're going to be getting a 60-car garage that's going to be a part of our offices. And the way it's going to work, apparently, is that there's a base model with, 20 cars, and then you expand it in tiers of 20, and you could also buy a mod shop on top of it. Also, this 60-car garage is going to be in addition to all of these 6 properties that we can own at the moment, plus the clubhouse. So that's 130 cars and then 130 vehicles if you include the 10 bikes you can store in your clubhouse. And then last but not least, some miscellaneous stuff that the Rockstar employee mentioned. The biggest in my mind, a character appearance changer is going to be coming for $100,000 a go. So a little pricey, but that's going to be really cool if you want to change your character. There's going to be a load of new clothing, new masks, new organization styles, things in the shops as well. Some of the mask examples he gave were a gorilla mask, aka Harambe, horse masks, pug mask, Ani mask, I don't know what that is, sugar skulls, the Chutula, I can't say the word, Chutula, I'm totally botching that, and then dinosaur masks as well. There's going to be no new weapons because ammunition is a bit full these days. There's also only going to be 2 timed unlocks. It's not going to be like the biker DLC where they drag on a bunch of cars over multiple weeks. At least that's what the Rockstar employee said. The 2 cars they might be saving could be for Christmas, which would make sense. And then the last quote that he gave, which is kind of unfortunate. It sounds like there's not going to be a personal vehicle summon like there is with the motorcycles. The quote he gave was that they don't like to mess with old systems because everything is so incredibly interdependent, so changing it a tiny way can end up causing everything else to break. He says, "I'm sorry you have to deal with the slow personal vehicle summoning. We all hate it too, but such is the world of game development." So nothing's going to be changing it there. You're going to have to call your mechanic to order vehicles like normal, and it looks like that's never going to change. So there you guys have it. Kind of a long video, but that's everything we know at the moment about the import-export DLC. One thing I completely forgot, the release date, at least at the moment, that he gave and that many people are giving is the 13th of December, which means hopefully Thursday we'll get an actual Newswire post and trailer about this DLC, giving us more stuff to hype over. Anyway, that is it with the video. Thank you all for watching. Drop a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe for more awesome GTA content. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.